Resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. On the return, Malik Washington. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. And is caught left side by Waddle. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Tua. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
3rd and 5. Hill brought in motion. Tua now on 3rd down. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him. And instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line.
At their own 41-yard line.
In motion is Hill. They'll go play action with Carr. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Carr working out of the gun. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Dolphins offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, That's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's got his man. It's Hill. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Right back to Hill. He's got it again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to throw is Tua. The tight end, Jonnu Smith, secures it. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Tua going to give it to Achane. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's a 2nd and 9. Man in motion is Berrios. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. They'll put a receiver in motion right. Fake the handoff. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And the defense has it. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Brought in by Chris Olave. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Carr now to throw on 1st down. To the left side, in the hands of Hill.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? More from New Orleans after this. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. Carr. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, It falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Here's Blake Grupe for the Saints. A field goal try. His kick is good. And the Saints will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Washington now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Now run for the first time for the veteran Raheem Mostert. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. They'll motion the tight end Smith. Into the hands of Berrios. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Man in motion is Berrios. On 1st and 10, here's Tua. That one brought in by Berrios. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Hill brought in motion. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. To throw is Tua.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Demario Davis there on the play. 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Achane. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So on 4th down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders for the field goal try. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Dolphins will tie this game up here late in the first half. So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. On the return, here's Mims. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throwing is Carr. His pass taken in by Shaheed.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On 1st down, Carr. That's to the sideline where he finds Olave.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now, Carr. This one complete to Hill. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
Saints going to use their 2nd timeout, and the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. That one taken in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Dolphins offense going to get it one final time in this first half. Just the lone field goal for them so far. Down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. The Dolphins offense going to take over just before the half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A shotgun snap for Tua. A throw on the run is complete. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
So we have reached halftime, and it's a 4-point game. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach, on the return, here's Mims. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Carr working out of the gun. That's to the sideline and taken in by Wilson.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
He's got his man. That's Olave. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
the 39-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. On the handoff, it's Kamara. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They're going to go right back to Kamara. Space to run inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
The challenge of playing a running back like this is you feel like you have him under control. You're doing a nice job putting a lid on him, and then all of a sudden, he's got a big spark play like this. That's the challenge. These guys are just so talented. You can only keep them down so long. That was a really nice run.
And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. A run here with Kamara. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
3rd and goal. Carr now. And he'll take it on in. Chris Olave. Touchdown 6. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. Groupie now on for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Saints are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That's caught by Smith on the right side. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with 18. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle's made at the 36.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Dolphins.
Once again, it's Achane.
The ball is A-Chain. It's the pick number 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, here's Tua. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Play action. Tagovailoa. A throw on the move is caught. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. Gain of 12 and a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Throwing again, it's Tua. Now a screen set up for H.N. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this third quarter. Third and a yard. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Tua gonna throw here on 3rd and 1. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and that'll set up 4th down.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player, and when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense ready for this next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Valdez-Scantling on the move. They look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Carr. He'll complete that to his fullback. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down. A pickup now. Mike McDaniel unhappy with the last call, and out comes the challenge flag.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here, You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Off the play fake. Here's Carr. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. It'll go down as an incompletion. Jalen Ramsey, he is tough to throw on. There to bat that one away.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Jalen Phillips that time. In there for the sack.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
A fair catch. He's going to call it, take it right around his own 30-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. Now a 1st down throw for Tua. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tungo Vailoa. 14 on the pickup. 1st down, Miami.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
To the air again, Tungo Vailoa. A throw there on second down. Going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
The sound deafening in the dome. It's third down. Tua to throw again. That's taken in by Achane. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free, and gains nothing.
Well, let's give the defense a little credit here. You talk about read and reacting quickly. They recognize the screen right out of the jump, and he's able to beat the blocker to the spot and keep him to no gain.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again here with Kamara. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. 16-yard pickup on that one. It's good for a Saints first down.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the Saints. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.